On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, it's 2022. Woo! Let's talk about those resolutions, shall we? Power up your favorite console, press play, and enjoy gaming with us.
Happy New Year, gamers, and welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. I'm your host, Nick Picard, and I am joined by our wonderful producer, Lindsay.
That's me. Welcome, everyone. If you are joining us for the first time or the 67th time, we would like to welcome you.
Yeah, we're a gaming podcast where we talk about all types of games like video games, board games, card games, etc. Sometimes we may have special guests on here, just learn about them and all that. And you may ask yourself, why are you going to talk about all this? Well, it's because we want to and we think we have something to say you may want to hear.
That's right. Also, make sure you check out our Discord because, believe it or not, we want to hear from you. So feel free to drop topic ideas and discussion questions that you would love for us to talk about. This can be done by joining our Discord and going to the topic ideas and discussion questions text channel. There's also lots of other fun things to do in our Discord. So hop on in. We would love to see you there.
Yeah. Normally we do trivia questions, but I think Lindsay and I agreed that we will not be continuing that for the time being, since Will has left.
Which is fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But we may have trivia questions whenever we would have a special guest, or in the future if we decide that we want to have another co-host. So yeah. So it's 2022.
It's the new year, and you know what that means.
That means that people make New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And Lindsay, have you made any?
I like to make commitments to myself that I will probably end up breaking just like a New Year's resolution. But hey, it is what it is. We're all trying to be better human beings. And in this case, better gamers, right?
Yeah.
Have you made
for this year? No, not yet.
Yeah.
Well,
commitment to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The stereotype is you make a resolution, you break it. So I don't like to call it that.
I mean,
Let's see.
I can't, falter for that because I know I made at least one last year that I did not do at all.
What was that?
I said I was going to learn Elvish. And I cannot tell you a single word right now in Elvish. So, yeah. So maybe, with the mindset of commitment instead of resolution, maybe that will change.
There we go.
But yeah, new year, new me, New Year's resolution.
New us.
New us. That's what people mostly say, but hey, this is a game podcast, so we're going to talk about gaming New Year's resolutions.
Yes, we cannot promise to make you a better human being, though we do hope, because I often say, be a good human being. But maybe become a better gamer.
Yeah.
So if there's any of these, we've got 12, 13 or so. If there's any of these that you say, hey, I think I can do that, then go right ahead and try it out. And if there's any that you think of that we didn't mention, feel free to hop in that Discord and let us know. Maybe it'd be something that we'd be wanting to try ourselves.
Yeah.
So what do we have first?
So first up is probably the most popular one, in my opinion, that people probably would say, is to prioritize your backlog.
I think you're right in the most popular, but I feel like it's also the one that most people will not accomplish.
Yeah. So, as in your backlog is games to be played.
Your to be played pile.
Yeah. If you're like me, you may not have, you probably have more games than me on Steam. There's some games that I've had for years and I've just never got around to playing. I feel like that happens
happens with Steam. You see it on sale. It's a few bucks.
I mean,
you grab it.
I think the problem with mine, most of the games, is in college, one of my friends introduced me to Humble Bundle before it changed to what it is now, where I could just, put X amount of money, however much I wanted, and I would get, these games. And there could have been like 1 or 2 games I would want on that list, but then I got a bunch of extra games on there that I didn't care for. And that's, part of the reason why I have a good amount of games on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you have a lot of games that you don't, want to play, you still probably have a backlog of games that you want to play.
Yeah.
And
you haven't finished.
Or you haven't finished, yeah. So, make this the year where you, catch up on your backlog.
The year of finishing games.
Yeah.
2022. The year of finishing and playing games. I should have thought that through a little bit better. And darn it, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, well, carry on. What was I saying?
I don't know. I keep yawning.
Bad timing with that yawn.
I know. Yeah, I mean, there's still games that I need to go back and play. I still have Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that one is that's just a big commitment.
That is a large mountain.
So, yeah. But I feel like I'm normally good about finishing games. My issue would be getting a game and not getting around to playing it, like Assassin's Creed. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's probably the most popular one. Next up, we have introduce a friend to games. So this one, like, you may have a friend that doesn't really know much about games, or it could even be a family member. And it doesn't necessarily have to be video games. It could be a board game.
Yeah, or maybe you've got a friend who only plays video games.
Yeah.
Like, invite them over, if we're, safe. And play some board games, some card games together.
Yeah. I mean, there could be a game that you really enjoy and you want to play, but you don't really have other people to play with. So it's like, hey, introduce that game to your friend. Maybe they'll enjoy it, and you'll have a friend to play with.
One thing that I love is when someone shares their passion with me. Like, if you're passionate about something, I want to hear you talk about it, because I can tell that you love it. I can tell that you enjoy it. If you're passionate about gaming, share that with others. Now, I mean, not everyone's like me. Some may poop on your parade, but try it. You never know.
Yeah.
I know we played some games with my family over Christmas that I was kind of surprised that they really enjoyed. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
And then got some new games for Christmas, like board games, and we took some over to my dad's house and we played some games and we introduced some of those new ones to them. And I mean, I don't think they hated it.
Yeah.
I think they seemed to enjoy it. So, yeah. I mean, you never know. Like, even if you think, oh, that friend's not going to like it, you don't know. They may like it. They may enjoy it. Everyone enjoys games. So, yeah, introduce a friend to games. Next up, so this is for people who are wanting to, like, save some money.
Yes.
This is just, simply say no to microtransactions. I mean, and it's sad in today's world of gaming where about everything has like microtransactions where you can put in real money to get most of the time is like cosmetics, something like that.
And also bringing in those app games. I don't know, because like when I go to the app store on my phone, it'll tell me, there'll be a little rectangle that says in-app purchases. Because I get excited that it's free, and then it says in-app purchases. And that just really annoys me. Like, I know, everyone's trying to make their money. And it's okay to buy that skin, but do we really need to buy 20 skins a year?
Absolutely
not.
Sorry.
Something I've learned, the pretty skin doesn't make me a better player. If anything, it makes me more of a target because I normally, like in Fortnite, go for skins that are sparkly.
Yeah.
Like the Ariana Grande skin, which is beautiful. So it probably just makes me stand out a little bit more. It doesn't make me a better player, but I enjoy it, which is fine. But maybe choose wisely. Maybe say no to every, or not say no to every microtransaction that I'm trying to say, but say more of them.
Like limit yourself.
Yeah.
Because I know with a lot of the free games, I mean, that's how they make their money is with the microtransactions.
How they draw you in.
And a lot of them is with like a battle pass, or what we've seen, lately. I mean, Fortnite, I know we normally would get the battle pass for each season, but by the time the next one comes around, we normally have the V-Bucks to get the next battle pass because, in the battle pass, you get the currency to purchase in-game stuff. But you have the option to put in real, more real money to get other things you want.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so if you're just trying to save some money, just maybe limit yourself this time or say no altogether. I know Lindsay brought up the whole apps like on your phone. Those are real big on being able to get money from people. Because I know I don't know which episode it was, but there was some news where like Apple made more money in like games than these other like big companies, and that's basically from in-app purchases. I don't know how many times like I didn't do this, but I know there's people out there with like Candy Crush where they definitely put money in, and the way the people that made Candy Crush, like they do that on purpose to get you to spend money.
Yeah.
It's like, you didn't finish this. You can either spend money to get this where you can keep playing, or you have to wait X amount of time before you can continue. And I never spent money on it. I was like, you know what? I'll wait. For me, it was one of the, it would be one of those, well, I probably will just not play this game again since you're making me wait and I'm going to put money in. So
I would love to see the stats on like how many people choose the $99.99 bundle that they offer in those games. I know people do it.
Yeah.
Those people are not me because I would rather throw my $100 at something else. But, and not everyone needs, this resolution because not everyone struggles with this. But I think you know who you are if this is an issue, and practice makes perfect. It's not going to be something you're going to be great at, saying no to those right away, but maybe limit yourself. Say, I once a month.
Yeah.
And maybe put a dollar limit on that too.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have family or friend fun night. That as the world is going somewhat back to normal, where people meet up and stuff, this is a time where you can easily just like maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, just plan a time to get together with friends and or family and just have like a board game night or something.
This is what I want us to do. Maybe with our our friend group. Maybe we can do like
or even
every third Saturday we can all get together and do something.
Yeah. Or even do something with, family, because we have family that lives like 2 minutes away. So
yeah, well, we had set that dinner date and we did it once. So
holidays hit.
And true.
So
but yeah, that's or it doesn't have to be in person. We know we can play lots of games online together. Yeah. There are lots of ways now.
Yeah, this is just a way to play more games with friends or family. Just to do that, because like a lot of times people would play games by themselves, and it's like, hey, this is a great time to spend with your family and friends. So, just find a way and, play games with them, and that's getting a lot of quality time. Next up is move your body. Typically with New Year's resolution, people are like, I want to be more active, go to the gym and stuff. Why can't you do this with video games? There's some games out there where it gets you to like exercise or, just being active with the game, like Ring Fit Adventure. There's Just Dance.
Mm-hmm.
I know back in the day at arcades, it would be like DDR, the Dance Dance Revolution. So, yeah, there's plenty of games that get you moving. And then not only that, you can like just do stuff in between games. Like say after a game of battle royale game that you did, or like right after that, is like just get up and walk around, just get some steps in or whatever. Or you could be like, hey, if I lose this battle royale, I have to do like 10 push-ups or 10 sit-ups or something like that. Or
set a timer on your phone, for every 45 minutes or an hour that you're playing, you have to pause your game, assuming is one that can be paused, and get up and do some jumping jacks or take a walk around your room.
Yeah, just do something to get up and move around, get the blood flowing.
Yeah. Or just, I don't know, just maybe take a moment and just close your eyes and just take a moment.
Yeah.
As I said twice in one sentence.
Did you take a moment during
that? I mean, you got to take a moment. But, not just physical health, but mental health.
Yes.
Give yourself time. Maybe it's time to cool down if you're getting a little heated.
Mm-hmm. Kind of going into some other ones.
Well, I was stopping there.
Oh, okay.
That's where I was stopping. Because, guys, you got to take a moment sometimes.
Yeah. You got to take a moment to even take a moment.
Mm.
Next up, so how like before we were saying to introduce a game to friends or play games with friends and family. But, what if you don't have friends? Well, if
you don't have friends that are available to play at the right.
Well, with these online games that a lot of people play with your mic on. Yeah. Meet new people. Just don't be a douchebag. Don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
And if you experience someone that's being a jerk to you, hey, they add this nice little feature where you can go in and mute that person where you don't hear from them. Mm-hmm. So, but you never know. Oh, sorry, there was a cat underneath me. I may have kicked her.
She's fine.
But yeah, you never know. You may meet, one of your best friends, like whenever you play a game. And if you meet someone new and you'll become friends, then you have someone that you can play games with later. You could squad up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Go out, make some new friends by playing with your mic on. But I will say, if you have a mic where it sounds like for the other people, it sounds like, a jet engine, just keep your mic off.
Don't eat your mic.
Get a new mic and then do that. Well, just think about others.
Maybe your PlayStation 4 is a little too loud.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind too, friends. But as I've said before, be a good human being, guys.
Yeah. Next up, we have truly master at least one game. There's times where you'll be playing a game and you're like, hey, I want to get better at this. Not like, it might be, you might be one of those people that like to play the single player games over and over and over, and you want to get really good at it, possibly speed run. But whenever I hear this, I'm thinking of like those online games where you're competing against other people, where you're trying to master that game.
Have you truly mastered a game, Nick?
No.
Are you not even going to ask me?
Have you?
No, heck no. Not even close.
But there was a time where I wanted to get better at Overwatch, and I even went to the point where I played it more. I listened to a podcast where they talked about strategies in Overwatch. I would watch some videos and just mostly playing more or whatever. Trying to play the same character to get used to that character, realize what I'm doing, what I should be doing. And I feel like I did improve my time playing Overwatch whenever I wanted to get better. I think I'm a lot better than I was when I first started, but I'm still nowhere near as good as other people. But I definitely have improved. So if there's a game out there that you just constantly play and you do want to get better, then just try to focus on, mastering that game.
And it's not always about, this coming from someone who has not gotten close to mastering game. It's not always just about playing it. But like Nick said, what he did, listen to the professionals that play it. Listen to their advice. Read some stuff about it, find a podcast that's about it, that talks about strategy, assuming it's a game where strategy is involved, do a little bit of research on it.
Yeah.
So you can get like that part of it too, because it's not just all about your hand-eye coordination, clicking your mouse or the trigger on your controller where it needs to go.
You don't want to just keep going through the motions and not feel like you're improving.
Get in deep with it.
Yeah. Next up, we have don't be jerks to people who make the games you love, or just don't be jerks to others online.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of times where people will be upset to the game developers because of the game that they wanted and been anticipating, and whenever it comes out, it's not what they expected, and they're like people are just jerks to them. One example I can think of is Cyberpunk. That was a highly anticipated game, and whenever it came out, people were disappointed and people were upset and they were mad at them. It's like, look, they make games that people love, and y'all just kept pushing them to release the game, and then they finally did before it was ready, and people were upset.
That was such a highly anticipated game that I assumed it was like the sequel to something. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, so many people were excited about it. I was like, oh, this must be like in a series of games, or like the sequel to a game that people loved so much, and that's why they're so excited about it. I was blown away when you told me that. No, it's just a...
It was just it was just made by the people that made The Witcher. And that was such a popular game that people had high expectations.
Yeah. But yeah, be a good human being. Let's see how many more times I can say that this episode.
Yeah. And then, like I was saying, don't be jerks to other people online. I mean, if you get in there and you're playing with your mic on or whatever, don't get upset. Like, don't, lash out to other people. If there's something going wrong, don't always quick to blame others. Most time it's a team game, and just because you think you're doing everything right doesn't mean that you are. You could look at it as the view of someone else. They may look at it as in like you're doing something wrong, or maybe that person's like, hey, maybe I am doing something wrong. Yeah. Just be nice, don't be jerks. Next up, we have try something new, get uncomfortable. So, we normally have the certain genres of games that we enjoy and that we keep going back to and playing. But what if, just one time, like this year or next year, whenever you want, once you just be like, hey, I want to try something new. Maybe you look at a game where you're originally was like, I would never play this game. That does not look like something I'm interested in. Why don't you just give it a try? You never know. You may enjoy it. You may discover that you love this genre of a game that you never played before because you prejudged it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, try something new that Like honestly, like I said, you never know. It might be like your new favorite game. I mean, I'm sure there was times where I tried a new game that I wasn't sure about, and then I was like, you know what, this is really good. It's a lot of fun. So, and also it doesn't hurt to try. I mean, if it's a game that one of your friends have and you can borrow it, I wouldn't say just go out and buy it. If there's a way that you can test it out before buying it, then I definitely go down that road.
But yeah, I think, and especially as you get older, you're going to like different things than you always have.
Mm-hmm.
And so you might be pleasantly surprised with a game, with a genre, especially I feel like board games. Like there's so many options out there. If you don't think that you're a board game player, I mean, hit us up. We can recommend some great ones for you to start with.
Yeah.
And you might surprise yourself. And you might just have a lot of fun in the process.
Yeah. Next up is don't be ashamed to like what you like. Now, whenever I say this is like, in today's world, a lot of people do the whole hate on something just to hate on it. Even if it's something that you don't have experience with, like if it's a game that you've never played, but you notice everyone else is hating on it, so you think you should hate on it, or and there's like something that you enjoy, but you notice that everyone hates on it, so then you're ashamed of it. Look, who cares? It's something you enjoy. Don't be ashamed. There's also like the whole console wars or whatever. People may judge someone for having one console, saying the other one's better. It's like, who cares? Just, we're all gamers. Let us enjoy what we enjoy, and don't be a jerk about it. Don't try to belittle us for enjoying something that you think is a crappy game or a crappy system. I know we've said this before. We play Fortnite. A lot of people seem to just hate on Fortnite. I don't really know the exact reason why people hate on Fortnite. I would love to hear the legitimate reason and not the typical, well, the game sucks. I would like to hear the legitimate reason why. And to say that it's a kid's game, that's not really an argument, because, I mean, you could say like that about any game. I mean, I know there's kids that play Call of Duty, and there's a lot of people that will play Call of Duty and think it's not a kid's game. It's like, well, I mean, a lot of kids play it. Probably more kids play it than what you would think. So, but yeah, don't be ashamed of what you like.
I think you said it all. Long awkward pause that Nick will have to edit out.
I will just leave in.
Oh no, no. Yeah, don't be ashamed to like what you like, and don't. And here we go again. Be a good human being. Don't shame other people for liking what they like.
Yeah.
And that comes into you to try something new. See, some of these just all connect together. Because maybe someone likes something that you don't like. Give it a shot. Give it a try. Maybe you'll like it.
Yeah.
Our next one, I feel like it's a biggie that a good many people might want to consider.
And what is that, Lindsay?
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah, I mean, you were already starting to talk about it.
Quit rage quitting. Or just being so mad and angry in general. I know it's hard. We're not perfect human beings, and we tend to get angry. We tend to get upset. It's a natural feeling. But take a break. Take a moment.
Yeah.
Okay? Pause your game.
Pause the game, get up, walk around, just take a breather.
Yeah.
Go do something else for like a few minutes, then come back to it.
Yeah. I think this could help our mental health a lot. And you know that feeling you get when you get really angry. Like, not just you in particular, Nick. I'm talking to the world here.
Yeah.
We all know that feeling. We don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
If you do, I might suggest a therapist. We don't want that feeling. So take a moment. You have anything to say about this?
I mean, if it's like, if you're in the game and there's just something like, say, single player game, boss fight, you just keep dying over and over, you know, just pause the game, take a break, come back with a fresh mind, maybe fresh eyes, like look at it a different way, try something different in there and not just trying to do the same thing that you think will work. Yeah, just find ways to help with the whole like rage quitting. Anything that will help. Not saying, you know, just try to stop it cold turkey. Just, you know, try to find something that is going to help with the situation. Maybe don't always just lash out to other people. Like I've said with the previous one, I can't remember. Don't lash out to other people. Just maybe look at it and be like, you know, hey, am I the problem? And look to see if you're, you know, doing something wrong. Because most of the time people go in thinking whatever they're doing is always right. That, you know, nothing they do is wrong or whatever. Just look at a different angle, think about it, and, you know, just do what you can to try to keep yourself from rage quitting. So, next up we have is play a bad game. Now,
here's out.
Yeah, it could just be something fun. I'm not saying to go out and buy like an expensive game that you heard bad reviews on. Just if you want to switch it up or whatever and you hear terrible things about a game, maybe it's a game that you will enjoy. You don't know. Or maybe it's just a game that was just so bad that you would just find hilarious and you will have a good time out of it.
Going back to not being ashamed, if it's a game like in a series or franchise or just a genre that you like and you heard bad things about it, doesn't mean that you can't play it.
Yeah.
I might not suggest going out and spending $70 depending on the game. Maybe borrow it from a friend or wait till it's on sale or pre-owned. But give it a shot.
Yeah.
Other people don't define you and your opinions. You might like it.
Yeah. And if it's one that you thought about that you would want to play before, but then it came out and you heard terrible things about it and that kept you from getting it, why don't you just give it a try? Your initial thought was, oh, hey, I want to like that. Just try it out. Maybe you'll still enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, what was that game that surprisingly won a bunch of awards, the game awards that there were bad reviews on?
You gotta.
It was up for Game of the Year. It didn't win.
What, Deathloop?
Deathloop! Okay, you heard bad reviews, but apparently people liked it enough for it to win some things.
Yeah.
So you never know.
And then last up is, you know, take time off. Like, playing games and stuff, it can be mentally draining.
Yeah.
Eventually, just doing it over and over can be toxic or whatever. Just take some time off, like do something else. Lindsay may suggest, you know, go and read something. Maybe just go out, like, you know, walk around. Just find something else to do instead of just gaming all the time, just to maybe help with, you know, mental health or something. So
yeah. Mental, physical health, and, you know, go breathe some fresh air outside.
Yeah.
As depending on where you live. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be swearing. We're not saying swear off gaming for good forever.
We're just saying that it's okay to take time away from it. Like, no one's going to judge you, and don't feel bad for it. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, it, you know, it could be a really good thing.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
And that might also help with some of the raging.
Yeah,
the
that
anger
is true.
that you're feeling. You know, guys, take a moment.
To take a moment.
Yeah.
To take a moment.
Take a moment and be a good human being. Man, those are my mottos for the year.
Yeah. Should put that on a t-shirt.
Ah. But yeah, those were some of the gaming resolutions that Nick thought of. I can't say that was all Nick's brain. Maybe something stuck out to you or resonated with you. Maybe there's something that you thought of that we didn't. Share that with us. We would love to hear it. I would love for 2022 to be a great year for everybody. You know, more fun, more gaming, more memories, and hopefully a lot less COVID.
Yes. All right, now we're going to move on to the nostalgia game of the week.
This
is where we spin a wheel that has a bunch of games on it. And if you have any suggestions, feel free to join the Discord, go to the podcast section, and then there's a text channel where you can, give us some suggestions.
Ooh.
All right.
The wheel is spinning.
And we got Snowboard Kids.
I have not heard of this game. Nick.
This was a game that I played a lot when I was younger, and I would go over to my dad's house like every other weekend. And sometimes like my dad would take my sisters and I out to a one of those video rental places like Blockbuster or Family Video. These places would have video games, and on multiple times I would rent Snowboard Kids. Never thought to ask the game for my birthday or Christmas or anything.
Ask the game?
Ask for the game. I always just rented it, and I know I rented it a couple times. But it's just, it was, they were kids, they were on snowboards, and they would race down a slope. And if I remember correctly, there were items or something, kind of like a Mario Kart. I think you would get like a fan or something that can go on the back of your snowboard to make you go faster or whatever. It was just one that I enjoyed. So
very cool.
All right. That was our nostalgia game of the week. We're now going to move on to what we've been playing. Because, it's... It was the holiday time. We would have time off. Maybe got some new games for Christmas or something. So there's been some games that we played. I've played the new Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy game.
Played and beat.
Yep, and I will say that was probably one of my favorite games that I played of 2021. I very much enjoyed the game. It was a lot of fun. We've also played some board games. Sushi Roll was one of the ones I got for Christmas. It's like the card game Sushi Go, but it's with dice. It plays very similar. There's a few things that are different. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. That was one that we played with Lindsay's family and my family, and we seemed to all enjoy. I know the past couple nights, Lindsay and I have been playing Dice Throne. We luckily found all of the boxes for Dice Throne Season 1. There's 4 boxes that come in Season 1 and then Season 2. And there's like 2 characters with each box. And we went to Barnes & Noble, and they had every single box for the Season 1. And I was like, hey, I'm going to get this. I'm going to get all of these. So now we have all of Season 1 and Season 2 characters. But we went through all of the Season 1 characters the past couple nights, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else I've been playing. I know that there's been some other board games that we played. We played Ticket to Ride the other night, which is still a classic. Which, speaking of Barnes & Noble and Ticket to Ride, we saw a Ticket to Ride Rails and Sails.
Ooh, yeah.
Which, it has, introduces, the oceans or whatever, and going across that to get to the other continents and all that stuff. So it's trains and boats. So it looks interesting. Well, let's see. Other games that we played. Bang the Dice game. It was fun. I will play that more, probably with some friends. Trying to think of other ones that we've played. I can't even remember.
Llama Drama.
Oh yeah, Llama Drama.
That's a good one. Pretty cheap, I think.
Yeah.
You can buy 2. It's a card game. You can buy 2 packs and put them together to play with more people. That's good. I would say if you're looking for a board game, card game to start out with, check out Llama Drama. It's got cute llamas.
Yeah.
And only a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
Not that bad.
Yeah, it's an easy game.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's mostly what I've been playing lately. What about you, Lindsay?
I mean, all the same for me. I played a little House Flipper on Steam last week. But that's mostly it. A little bit of Fortnite here and there.
Yeah. All right, so now we're going to move on to the out-of-the-box gaming news.
We are interrupting your regularly scheduled news broadcast with a list of PlayStation games that you can look forward to in 2022. So I've compiled a list of games with some dates that we can expect for PlayStation in 2022. This is not all of the games, but some of the games did have exact or near exact dates. And so I sort of just left those off my list. But this episode, I'll give you the PlayStation games. Next episode, episode 68, I'll give you the Switch. The Switch games. Episode 69, I'll give you Xbox games. And episode 70, I'll give you some PC games. So, PlayStation games to look forward to this year. Rainbow Six Extraction, January 20th. Dying Light 2 on February 4th. Horizon Forbidden West, February 18th. Elden Ring, February 25th. GTA 5, finally, in March. Stranger of Paradise, March 18th. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands on March 25th. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection, which I believe will be coming to PS5, will be early 2022. And Saints Row, August 23rd.
Yeah.
So, got some games to look forward to. You might also have some time in there to hit up your backlog of games.
And obviously these aren't all the games. These are just some big ones that are announced.
The big ones that I had dates for.
Yeah.
But we're going to start to wrap up this episode. And as we do that, we want you to be able to connect with us and contact us and check us out on other media platforms. So, Nick, tell our lovely listeners where they can do that.
Well, we have a handy dandy link tree that is at OOTB_gaming. Inside there you can find our Discord, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. There might be stuff that I just listed there where we're not really active on, but that's okay.
Hey, I've made 2 Instagram posts today already.
And also you can check out the Patreon.
Yeah. Please make sure you leave us a review on our podcast on whatever platform you found us on. Thanks for listening, and please join us next time.
This has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick and Lindsay. And until next time, keep gaming.